Welcome to the Geosphere video on field notes. Hopefully you've already watched the Quick Start video which introduced the concept of field notes. As a review, a field note is simply a note you create on your device. It typically is the basis for a published log. You do this by uploading and posting field notes to the Geocaching.com website. By the way, it is not a requirement that you upload field notes. You can also use them if you merely want to store information about a cache, although in those cases I would encourage you to check out personal notes. To create a field note, you need to be viewing the details of a cache. Once the cache is displayed, you can either select the Action button to add a field note, or some users prefer to scroll down and select the Mark as Found bookmark. In either case, you end up in the same place where you can edit the contents of the field note. Here, you can select the type if you wish to make a change. Same goes for date and time. But typically you would create the field note when you find the cache to ensure that the date and time are already correct. The comment is where you can enter text indicating something about your experience. It is appreciated when these comments are interesting or helpful to the cache owner as well as future geocachers. Notice the menu above the keyboard for entering common items such as date, time, your find number, a smiley, or a text template. Some text templates are already installed in the app, and we'll see later where you can make your own in the settings. Once done, that is the minimum effort required to post a log. You can merely indicate that you are ready to upload and then submit your entry via an internet connection. Some users want to compose their comments later when they have more time. In that case, make sure Ready to Upload is off. Now before pressing Save, I'd like to point out some of the optional fields. You can attach a photo from a library, or if your device has a camera, which I do not in this video, then you'd also be given the option to take a picture. Once you've selected a photo or taken a picture, you can then enter a brief caption. Also, an optional description is allowed. You can also attach a coordinate. Maybe you'd like to provide a more accurate location or inform other users about a convenient parking spot. You can set the coordinate initially to either your location or the cache location. You are then shown the standard coordinate editor. Now since we are here, I will take the time to show you the three ways to edit a coordinate. You can select either the latitude or longitude in order to use the dials to set the coordinate in any of three supported formats. You can also use the keyboard to manually edit the coordinate. Or you can use the Action button to copy and paste a coordinate to or from another source. If you want to remove either the photo or a coordinate, then you can select it to get that option. Geocaching.com premium members also get the option of assigning a favorite point to the cache. For your convenience, you can also retrieve or drop off trackable items, also called travel bugs. Each trackable gets its own comment and optional photo. I'm not going to spend any more time on trackables, as there's another video covering that subject. Currently, we have the Ready to Upload turned off, as I would like to demonstrate how you can come back later to finish entering this field note. So for now, I'll press Save. You see the field note appear here. You are allowed to have as many field notes per cache as you want. You can select the row to get a quick view of the field note. Using the Action button, you can see one of the options is to edit the field note. I'll cancel, as I would like to use the Notes and Logs task to edit the field note. Here you can see a list of your personal notes, field notes, and published logs. This is not where you go to create a field note, but you can view and edit existing field notes. At the top of the list is the field note we just created. Before we go back into the editor, let's take a look at the settings that affect field notes. In the field notes section, the first option indicates whether you want uploads to occur immediately when ready, or wait until you initiate the upload. I'll set it to manual. The second option allows you to set the initial value for the Ready to Upload. This next one is for advanced users. Those of you who like to upload a field note to geocaching.com and then use a web browser to edit your field note before posting it as a log will like this option. Most users will leave this setting as always, but I'll change it to default yes, so we can see how it changes the field note editing process. Finally, this last option is where you can create your own text templates to fill in common log entries. Now let's head back to Notes and Logs. Merely select any field note to edit its contents. Make your changes. Notice this new option to post as a log appeared since in settings we indicated we want to control that behavior. Again, most users should ignore this advanced option. Once ready, indicate it should be uploaded and press Save. Notice the red arrow is indicating it is ready to upload, and at the top a badge indicates the total number of field notes ready to upload. These would be the same indicators if uploading was set to automatic but was unable to complete due to a lack of an internet connection. Either way, from the Action button, you can manually initiate an upload. I'll cancel since this is not a real field note. I should also mention that from this list, if you want to see only the field notes which are ready to upload, you can select the up arrow button. Which reminds me, for those of you who would rather export their field notes into another program, you can use the export option. Whichever field notes are in the list will be exported in a variety of formats. If you use the program GSAC to manage your logs, you can either use GSAC Note or the GPX format, with GPX being the most versatile. Either way, keep in mind that only the coordinate optional field is supported by these formats. The only format that exports all of the fields is the Geosphere backup. This is handy if you'd like to keep your own backups. Well, that's it for this video. Be sure to watch the video on trackables to see how a field note can be attached to a trackable.